Technology is exploding with Apple devices and the Windows 8 devices and the iCloud computing and SkyDrive and all those kind of things that are coming out. Bandwidth needs are exponential. There's actually a Coke can in New York sitting in a laboratory. It's ready to use. It looks realistic. It sits there and pours Coke on a car going by. And traffic guys won't let it happen because crashes and that sort of thing. But that kind of activity is terabyte in terms of data transfer. Technology is there, the bandwidth isn't. So as bandwidth increases, more technology comes out to drive the bandwidth. And that's why Cisco has mentioned that 29% is your increase. And companies that follow this path and make sure they are prepared, according to these guys, will grow 3 times faster than companies that don't. And what you guys are looking at doing is being prepared. And on your side, what that means is guest services. Guests come here and they experience the internet as if they were at home or better. There's no complaints, there's no drag time. If they're looking at the computer screen waiting for a spinning thing to come around because the web page won't load, that goes against you, whether it's your fault or not. It might be their computer, it could be anything, but they think it's your internet service. And what happens when a kid comes here with his parents, a teenage boy, and he's doing a bit of a gaming situation, he's on some of these teams, and it happens, I've heard this, it happens quite frequently. The kid goes back to the parent and says, we don't want to stay there next time because I'm losing my international reputation. My scores are going down.
That's true. I know some kids just like that.
Yeah, and
that's not okay.
That's as important to them as this Intel meeting is to their father.
Probably more.
Yeah, and they have a lot of sway in where the parents go on vacation. Because the parents want to go where the kids are going to be entertained and where the kids aren't going to be entertained, that kind of thing. So that's an important piece to consider, making sure you're on that path. And you don't want to have to say, well, yes, you can be here, but you can't watch Netflix. You can't go to Hulu, and you can't play RPGs. You know, first shooter games, they're going to want to be able to do those things without you throttling them back and telling them you can't. And if you have the capability of doing that, which is where our multiple upload speeds come in, that is key to not only your professional guests, but your family visitors and that sort of thing. Being able to upload their photographs and being able to call and maybe, did you see that? Did you get that? You know, that's perfect. So, and it's really not that expensive. If you're looking at a standard hotel picking up 100 meg circuit for 200 and a half, and you're picking up 4 or 5 30s for roughly the same price, it's not like you're spending more money, it's just you're spending it wisely, smart money. You're looking at, we're on the same site. We've got social, we've got video, we've got file sharing, we've got Google Drive, we've got websites, all the different things that, you know, now you can turn your roast off from here. Just so when you get back, it's, you know, the things you can do, start your car, the things you can do with an IP address these days from your iPhone or from your Windows phone or from your computer are astounding. You have to be prepared for that and for what the future brings. And if you're looking at being prepared for growth, I'm just going to go through without the chart. Anyway, you're looking at making sure that your guests are completely pleased with the experience that they have. And when a guest comes up and says, I have internet trouble, that's almost the most important thing at a hotel these days. That's the main driver for where you stay. It's not, it used to be the beds and the TV and the view, and those are all important. Right now, you know, the idea of a vacation, it doesn't exist like it did 30 years ago. It's now a working vacation, and you have to have connection in order to preserve your job and preserve your lifestyle and things like that. So they can't come out here and just get away and leave your cell phones at home and relax and enjoy the beach. That self-pitch doesn't work. They have to be. And that's what we're going to provide. An example of what happened in Total Body Inn, they were averaging $400 a month in guest returns because of internet specifically. They were paying 4 times a year, $600 trip charge, plus the repair bill to get broken Wi-Fi up and running, and their guests were constantly having to call in service reports. Since we installed our network there, doing it the way we're describing here, they had 0 complaints since April. Nobody has complained about the internet. They've had no returns since April. That's how long we've been in. And everybody has been able to fly across the internet. We look at their usage daily, and data was called them up and said, all right, now you're near the peak of your network. Buildings 1, 3, and 4 need to be upgraded to 100 meg, or 50 meg, I think it was at this point. And because we don't have a contract, they were able to call me and upgrade to 50 meg. Now, in October, when things calm down, they're going to go ahead and downgrade to 30 meg. And in next next May, they're gonna go back up to 50 in the buildings that need it. When they have an Intel group coming out in, say, October, they're gonna say, all right, building 1, where they're gonna be staying, needs to have 100 meg. They're just gonna call in and raise it to 100, and when the Intel group leaves, they're gonna call in and lower it again. Without a contract, those things are possible. So that's the kind of provision we're trying to bring. Our goal is to have your guests, when they're looking at their screen, do an upload or a download. Before they get their hand off the mouse, the spinning thing is gone and their page is loaded. That's the kind of experience you need to be able to attract the kind of customers that you're looking for. Right now, you're primarily, from what I can tell, family-related, condominium.
That's yeah, that is absolutely the mission statement.
Yeah. So that can be as important as a business one when you look at teenagers and what they want to do. Van's kids and their friends, those 2 girls are out here, and they could not perform these standard things that you do on Facebook and Twitter, mailing of the emails back and forth, and doing the Skyping, sending a picture. They were getting bogged down. And that was when you were not busy. Because you're getting,
Yeah,
well,
they stay
I know
on
they say,
Wednesday, I think.
yeah, 3 megabit or whatever, but your effective rate is about 1.5 out here, right? It's not much speed, and your upload speed is half of 1. And you got all these rooms trying to share that bandwidth on a standard application. Let's say somebody's trying to call a friend on Vonage on their smartphone. That's a 3 meg application both ways. You only support 1 call. So we're trying to.
One thing I didn't appreciate, the thing that Van did is he got into the previous ISP modem. He didn't get into your 30 meg to tell us what he was capable of.
He's doing that tonight.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I give the IPs for the open one, I'm like, well, that's great, but that's not what we currently have. I'd rather see what's going on with the service you're providing.
You have both right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I gave me IPs for the 1.5, we know that's 1.5, that you're gonna get, 1.5.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what he could get off
Yeah, he'll do that tonight.
off your service that you're providing at 30, and to see what, yeah, exactly, good.
But what he wanted to do is contrast on the
That's good.
side what you're looking at. So you're gonna get the full story on both
Very
devices.
good.
And then we're gonna split it up and show you if you had devices for every room, what that would mean as opposed to having one device, either 1.5 or one device in the room.
All right.
And your current device, I believe, is 20. So you're probably
Okay,
getting
we're at
about,
20 with y'all? No.
yeah, you're gonna get about 24. I mean, it says 30, but that's not what you're getting.
Uh-huh.
Because we can't deliver a true 30 here, 20, 24-ish, that's where it's coming.
And I really appreciate the fact that when we ordered the 100, you called up, or somebody called us from your company saying, I can't sell you that,
Yeah,
because you won't get
I
that.
mentioned that because I've sold a couple of 50s out here during our selling yellow, because we had a requirement that if you don't have phones, you have to have 50. But I had to tell, for instance, the Port of Waco, that you can't get 50. We have to sign you for 50, but you're gonna get 20 to 24. That's what our experience
And he brought that to me, and we flushed it up and said, we gotta make sure that our pricing is in line with what we're doing.
I was gonna say, somebody is not gonna be happy paying for 50 and getting half.
We got
But
it,
there-
actually, we got it addressed pretty quick, and they
Yeah,
made
that's
some
good.
exceptions, for, specifically for this market.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got it addressed pretty quick.
And we are addressing the limit of capability here, but it takes time to do that.
And I get that, I mean, yeah,
But clients like yourself that are making a decision, and again, thus, part of what gives us the ability to expand is when we have customers that come on board with us now, because we see, the clients coming on board and the commitment to charter, so a lot of that, goes, to higher ups, and where we consider making those investments in the future, we see where we're bringing more customers in, where we need to, extend our plan.
so it sounds like there's some reciprocity there, you're providing a commitment to us, and we're saying, okay, we like this, we're gonna stay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, what we're gonna do is gather more information tonight, and then on the weekend, put together the actual proposal.
Okay.
So you guys will have it with the other ones.
Yeah.
Right, I got you in that building,
And look,
so,
okay.
Don't, whatever you don't rush on this thing.
Okay.
Give me something
Yeah.
give us something that's rock solid.
So
because-
I'll let Van know he's got an extra week.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I mean,
That's okay.
the board wants to make sure that the choice they make is the right choice going forward. I mean, we were trying to get this done before summer, because we're all, there's a problem, we need to do it before summer, and the answer was, let's not rush this and make a wrong decision. And it was on me to say, hey, I'll just run interference for the summer on service that's out there, and I'll talk to our guests and explain that we're upgrading later and making.
What are your immediate, if you don't mind me asking, what are your immediate needs that aren't being addressed, like, right now, today? What is, if you had a pain point right now that you're hearing from your client base, what would that be?
Telephones.
Like,
They all wanna get on with their telephones, they don't wanna pay for data, they see our signal, and it's really cumbersome for them to get on with their phones. That is the thing I hear most of. Our challenge here is, we know what the guest wants what the kids want. That's our guest, that's who's defining the need.
And the kids are driving.
But we have owners that are older, that don't even have one of these, don't even use a computer, don't understand why there even needs to be a TV in the second bedroom. It's like, you're at the beach, go to the beach. So we still have that mindset.
Right.
And then we have our customer who says, I want it now, I want it just like at home,
Yeah.
so.
Well, one issue with a lot of the routers, that we've had to replace a lot of routers. And Linksys and Cisco both have had problems translating the mobile device signal for whatever